Okay, so where we last left off, you guys had went into the alleyway. Um, Three assailants attacked you guys, all from the DeMarco family, I believe.
Yes, because they were from the opposite family for where
Yes.
uh, Gregory the bunny.
Yeah, or at least they were more related to the other family, and Jeff the bunny, not Jeff, Jerry the bunny, is related to the DeMarco family. You guys took them all out, turned them into salt piles, and we ended the session there with you guys having your horses get a salt lick, essentially. Did I miss anything? Oh, yeah, there was also talk about an explosion, couple Sentinels died, and a brewing gang war. And that's about it. And also the new hearing gun who's running around. You guys are... One sec, let me switch out the...
You say there's another Heron gone other than Jerry?
No, I'm talking about Jerry.
Okay.
Let's do miscellaneous. Okay. It would appear that the playlist just wants coconut multiplay, so we'll leave it on that.
It is acceptable.
Anyways, so you guys are standing in the alleyway, given vague instructions on how to get to the bar from where you guys are. You basically have to go to the other end of town in order to find it.
So let's go. You guys want to go to the other end of town?
I'll take that as...
Good booze, I'm down. Let's go.
So, you guys head out towards the bar, kind of going through town. While you guys are walking through here, Fern having probably still, like, you have tourist food in your hand, trying out all the delicacies. Whenever you pass by a little shop or something, Fern probably picks something up. This is a new experience, and I do remember you, Fern, wanted to just try some food everywhere.
Of course, and he's probably got an ample supply of salt in case it's not salty.
Yeah, definitely. You just picked up some and put it in your satchel bag. You put it in the bag of holding.
An Italian pizza alla DeMarco.
I actually don't know what that is.
Is it the Marco family and I put some extra salt on it?
Oh. Okay. I get it now. Are you saying that to your teammates, or are you just saying that to a random passerby?
I'm just making it a joke.
Okay. Anyways, so you guys head through. You guys do run into quite a few interesting things. Some places that Fern probably already passed by. A gelato place that he already passed by. Eventually, you guys do make your way to the DeMarco side of town here. You can tell from the kind of air here, the DeMarco side of town is seemingly richer than the other side of town. You can see, like, the buildings are a little bit better taken care of. The food here is a little bit more expensive. You're looking at maybe £3 extra. I believe pounds would be 3 gold pieces. We've just been using gold pieces. I forgot. 3 gold pieces almost extra than some of the more expensive items you would have been finding back in the other side of town. And people seem to be genuinely better dressed. There aren't so many like sleazy layabouts around the streets here. Eventually, you guys find the bar. You can see this is an establishment. Much like everything else here, it does seem to be a higher end establishment. And you can see there are people kind of going in and out. Some people are talking on the outside of the bar. But the bar is here for you guys to go into.
This is entirely squarely Mortar's idea,
So I'm supposed to just make all of the decisions?
well, you're the one who wanted to track down this, Herringon.
I mean, I'd rather make whatever stew, but this is what we're going for. I stand behind you 100%, and I slap Morgan on the back.
Okay. Mordred, looks like you're the boss for now.
So what are my options?
Your options: go into the bar, kind of look around the bar, see if you can't find anyone shady looking. You can probably just go in, talk to either the customers or the bartender, get a drink.
Okay. Morgan puts his hood on, so that's to cover his ears, and looks at Fortune and Fern and goes, "Let's go find us a herringon."
I grab Mortar by the ears. Got one.
Mordred punches Fern.
Ouch, what was that for?
Never grab a herring's ears.
Is it like some kind of, sexy thing?
No. It's just incredibly disrespectful.
Oh.
Okay.
You're not aroused?
Okay. Are you guys heading into the bar?
Yes.
Okay, you.
With this epic music, we are emboldened. We'll head into the bar.
Okay. Epic soundtrack playing behind you. You guys head into the bar. You can see that the people here are just kind of sitting, talking. They are eating various pieces of food. One of the staples being pasta and pizza. You can see behind the bar is a very, very small gnome. Like, even smaller than most gnomes are. Is a very small person who seems to be hopping up a series of stools in order to actually peek above the bar here and look at people relatively eye to eye. You can see as you guys come in, there are quite a few people who are turning to look in your direction, and they do not break eye contact once they see that you are unfamiliar.
Mordred does not break eye contact back.
With all, like, 20 people, that's gonna be pretty difficult.
Smoke starts coming from Mordred's eyes.
Go ahead.
I think your mother is burning.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, Mordred.
1
Those
second.
Mordred eyes
I
just
accidentally exited out of Chrome. 2 seconds here. Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
13.
A 13. Maybe 8 of them blink before you do, but the majority are able to keep their eyes open longer than you.
Longer than me.
Longer than you. You see the bartender kind of speaks up after seeing you. What brings you three to my fine establishment?
1 second.
I will whisper into Fortune's ear, we're definitely going to die.
Well, so this is how we're going to go. I'm going to go drunk. Bar cake, some whiskey, please. I put like a silver piece on the fucking counter.
Mordred's having some trouble.
Okay, got it. The barkeep looks at you. Yeah, sure, I got a couple. Just any whiskey is good?
But it's not with the cheap stuff and work our way up, if that's okay.
Okay, if we're starting with the cheap stuff. He puts down a shot in front of you. That's going to be a copper piece.
Oh, damn. Well, then keep them coming. I put down 10 of their silver piece.
He gives you 10 of those shots.
Nice. I offer Fern a drink.
Well, I mean, if Fortune's drinking, Fern is gonna have a few drinks himself, but at a slower pace, like a reduced risk of heart failure.
Okay.
Turn around, 3 are gone.
Okay. Fordrin, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. I would say for 10 shots all at once, 3 shots all at once, you're not going to get that advantage. I would have just imposed disadvantage. Fern, you can give me a normal saving throw Constitution as well.
I swear I had my D&D Beyond up and I don't know where it went. Maybe D&D Beyond is just screwed up today.
Fern has
18. Okay, got it. Yeah, Fern, you have a couple shots. You're doing perfectly fine.
I swear we only make Constitution saving throws because we keep drinking.
That's the primary reason.
I just like permanently just have this thing going.
Mordred wants mead. Mordred looks at the bartender and asks for mead.
Oh, will this work? Okay, here we go. Sorry, Constitution saving throw, yeah?
Yes, Constitution. I would say you get a... Fordrin, for the first time, primarily because you probably take like 5 shots while Fern takes 1. You are drunk faster than Fern.
Your soda's amazing.
Anyways, Mordred. The bartender looks at you. You just want a glass of mead? Yeah, sure thing. He hands you a glass of mead. That's going to be about a silver piece.
Alright. Mordred hands him a silver piece and a copper as a tip.
Thank you. He takes it and kind of does a little, like, tipping hat gesture to you. Putting the copper piece into a jar that he keeps in the back. So, what brings you 3 here? I'm not used to having,
Four of us.
Oh, yes, I forget.
Yeah, man, he's on a leash. Okay. Cast a spell.
Weekend at Minkin's.
What brings you four to this establishment? I'm not used to having Sentinels come into this area.
Well,
You see, if we're just like interjects, there's another rabbit that we've been looking for. A friend of this one.
I wouldn't say a friend. I just say I ran into him.
Come on, he's our friend, and I pat on the back again. Remember
Technically, a
Fortune's
friend of Fern-ish. At least Fern would know him the most, you know, because we grew up in the same village.
Yeah.
See, I know this, but I'm totally putting this on Fortune.
Fern's gonna interject. Actually, an old friend of mine. We grew up in the same village, and my other curious Harangon friend has some questions.
I also just wanted to apologize for my rash behavior earlier in the day. Do you happen to know a Harangon named Jerry?
Jerry.
His
Yeah,
name is Jeff. Burns in the corner, or Fortune's in the corner. Still drinking.
Fortune, unless you're ordering shots at this point, the bartender's ignoring you.
Okay, fair.
he only sees you as a money printing machine now. He's gonna look at you. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage.
20.
20. Got it. Yes, I do know Jerry. He comes by a couple times a week, I want to say. He picks up some beverages here, and then he also grabs some food from here as well.
What does he drink?
Well, in terms of drinks, he orders... Usually he gets like a bottle of either whiskey or vodka, something harder. And then I also, because I buy things in bulk, I sometimes grab mixers for my drinks, like orange juice and things. He picks up a decent amount of orange juice and apple juice on my tab.
See. And, do you know... he does that weekly? A lot of whiskey, and he puts it all on your tab.
In terms of the, like, hard spirits, he'll get those maybe once a month. The juices are the ones that he primarily gets, and he gets those through me, because I order them in bulk, and he can get a reduced price through me.
Okay. Did he leave you with an address? Does he ever talk about what he does?
In terms of what he does, he works for, my boss is, around town. The DeMarco family is the one that he works for. They're, they are into politics and real estate here. He does odd jobs for various family members of the DeMarco family.
Tyrion. I think I heard.
I assure you that Jerry lives an honest life. He has been to prison for some minor misunderstandings, but he has never been incarcerated.
I'm not here to judge. I just want to talk with him.
Yeah, he's got some funny business. Get it? Because it's a pun on funny.
He does get it, Forge. He does get it, Ferd. Mordred, go ahead and give me a perception check. You can see when he's saying that, like, he's kind of saying this, like, no, he's not doing any illegal business. He's looking at a corner of the room where there's just someone sitting there alone.
Okay. Mordred, as he starts like to continue talking, kind of just like looks the opposite direction and then scans his way over to that side of the room, kind of like.
Yeah, scanning your way over to that side of the room, you'll see a lot of the people are almost ignoring this person, just going on with talking. But you can see that that person seems to just be listening. They have a glass of water and they are just listening.
Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for your time.
If you want to know where your friend might be, a better person to ask would be... give me a moment. Xander Harris, a associate of the DeMarco family that handles the majority of his jobs.
Where can I find Xander?
Xander is a very religious man. He helps the Catholic Church set up various buildings here in Italy. So you can find him usually near the Vatican, off by the western side. Not in the Vatican, but near it.
Alright, thank you.
Okay. Do you guys want to order more drinks before you leave?
Yes, please.
Should I go talk to the person in the corner?
You can go talk to him.
Person a Heron God?
No.
Probably not.
Anyway,
Water, though, right?
just drinking water. Anyways, if you guys want to order more drinks, go ahead and tell me what you want. I'll decide what you need to roll.
Or whiskey.
More
It's a
whiskey?
little more expensive this time.
I'll have another tankard of mead.
You want a tankard of mead? Son of a bitch. There's a fly hitting me in the face for some reason. Okay. So this time he's gonna bump you up. These shots are 1 silver piece a pop.
Sounds good.
How many do you want?
I put a gold piece down this time.
Okay. He hands you 10 of these silver piece shots. Go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw. You're not going to get advantage for taking 10 shots at once. And in terms of a tankard of meat, that's pretty easy. That's going to be 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
Fortune, you're getting wasted. Is there anything Fern wants?
Yeah, I guess I'll order one more drink for Fortune on the way out.
Okay, got it. You order a shot or like an actual drink?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. You are handed an alcoholic beverage of anonymous shape and size. I'm not going to require anything from that.
Excellent. I drink it, pay the man, tip him another silver, kill us.
Okay. And Mordred, you want to make your way over to the man sitting in the corner?
Yeah.
Okay, you make your way over to...
Okay, so wait, before I even do that, because, like, he hasn't done anything. He just, I know, all the, other than the bartender looking at him. Has he had his eye on me?
You can see he was interested in your conversation.
Okay. Mordred walks over and casually sits down across from the man.
You see, the man seems genuinely surprised that you sat down.
Genuinely surprised. Hello.
Hello there, Master Sentinel. How may I help you?
Oh, you know I'm a Sentinel. How do you know I'm a Sentinel?
You guys should still be wearing your uniforms. You never told me you were taking them off, so I have automatically assumed you're still wearing your uniforms.
You're on vacation.
Even on vacation. Like, that's some...
Fern definitely has his vacationing in his uniform.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, Bludgeon wears armor all the time. I
Yeah.
fuse my armor with the uniform. I've incorporated the Playboy into my jackets.
So,
Still light and fluffy, but hard as steel.
I'll let you guys know, unless you specifically tell me uniform's off, I'm not wearing it anymore. People know you're a Sentinel because they can see your uniform.
Okay.
At this point, I just imagine Mordred is just always wearing a cloak. And like right in the middle of the back of the cloak is just a big ass Sentinel seal.
I have absolutely no idea what would have led me to believe you were a Sentinel.
Mordred looks down at his armor and oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, that gave it away. Seems like you were a little interested in the conversation I was having. The bartender.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, or not at all?
Not necessarily.
You
All
weren't even a little interested?
conversations are always interesting.
What's your name?
They call me Tony.
Tony.
Yep, Tony.
Tony, do you have a last name?
Unfortunately, I'd prefer not to say that, so...
Soprano? No, I mean, we are in Italy.
Come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Now you die.
You don't prefer to say your last name. Okay, fair enough.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay, 1 second. Oh,
7. I'll say one thing you will get is that, when you came and sat down here and started talking to Tony, you're getting the looks of interest have turned into, they're definitely a lot more hostile than they were before.
The looks of people around.
Correct.
Okay. Ever since I sat down.
As soon as you came to talk to Tony.
So, Tony, this being a DeMarco bar,
Yes, it is a well-known.
What do you do for the DeMarcos?
I don't do much for the DeMarcos. I just sit here. I like the tap water they sell.
Tap water they sell. Sounds to me like you like listening, Tony.
Ah, yes, it is one of my favorite activities.
Do you listen to a lot of conversations in this bar, Tony?
I overhear a decent amount.
Have you heard anything about a heron named Jerry?
Just a little bit here and there. Jerry comes by a couple times a week, gets some jobs, picks up some packages. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I know for sure about Jerry.
Are you sure about that?
Of the things I can prove about Jerry, those are the only ones.
I roll for insight.
Yeah, sure thing. He's using very specific language. The things I can prove about Jerry. The things I know for sure about Jerry.
What don't you know for sure, but think you know?
Oh, the things I think I know about Jerry. He does some business for some unsavory characters, including racketeering, extortion, murder, and thievery.
Oh, that's not what the bartender said. Sounds like the opposite of what the bartender said.
Well, those are the things I can't prove about Jerry. But you never know what you're going to find out by listening, will you? Do you?
But you're not the first person who's told me that Jerry's involved in these activities. So, seems to be popular belief, but unprovable. But if popular belief, there's a possibility that it is true. Not a good chance.
Well, then the rub of the issue is just to find evidence.
Are you interested in finding evidence?
Whatever might have given you that idea?
I don't know. You just seem like the type of man who has a lot of ambitions and uses what he knows and hears about people to get those ambitions.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
It's just... You're not entirely wrong.
I thought so.
But I am willing to help you slightly if you're willing to help me.
Well, I can help in all sorts of ways. I mean, as long as I don't break the Sentinel code.
Sentinels have a code.
I don't know, do they have a code?
Sentinels technically do have a they have a mission statement, but there's not a code.
Okay.
Your ethics. Your ethics.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, goddammit, they hired a pirate for crying out loud.
I mean, we were the bad guys at one point.
Yeah. Your mission statement boils down to fuck magic.
Hey, we got a code. We fuck up everything we don't like. That's the kind of Sentinel way.
Yes. Anyways, from what I understand, Jerry the rabbit, your hearing gone friend, he lives in a series of slums, kind of apartment slums, in the lower district of town. You guys would know the lower district being the place that you were in twice. He has been seen coming in and out of those districts in town quite often. It's highly likely that he lives in one of the middle rings of one of those apartment buildings. Anyways, he hands you a specific address.
Mordred looks down, takes the address, reads it over, folds, I guess it's a piece of paper in half, puts it in one of the pockets of his armor.
Well, if that is useful to you, then I have a simple ask. If you find anything that is particularly damning to your associate, I wouldn't mind a quick peek at it.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. He's still just sitting there drinking. He was sitting here before.
Yeah. I get up and I motion for us to leave the bar.
Okay, I assume you guys leave the bar.
Yep. I am following who I believe to be Mordred.
Ah, okay. As you guys are leaving the bar, you can see, Fordrin's just stumbling all over the place. He has gotten sloppy drunk.
Oh man, not again.
Look, I'm telling you, the story is amazing, and I don't know what you're not Mordred. What's your ears? And I'm just kind of like reaching up and messing with somebody's head.
The person looks extremely offended.
Mordred's just standing and looking from afar, just shaking.
You're not flattering either. Who?
Stop. Stop touching. It is the middle of the day. For God's sake, man, pull your shit together. Who are you?
Who are you? Why do you look like Mordred?
I don't know who Mordred is.
Oh, God damn it. Master Rabbit!
Why are... you...
Helps Mordred, or not, helps Fortune out of the situation without saying a word whoever that person is.
It's just a random person, a random normal human. Did he say...
Join and we just leave.
Okay. Anyone want to give me an insight check?
Yes, please.
You get it at disadvantage.
Oh. You know what? You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Inside check, disadvantage. So fair. Let's see. D&D Beyond, disadvantage. Inside.
Okay.
12.
Mordred, Fordred, you both can tell that this person genuinely is worried that people might think he is a very hairy individual now.
I'm sorry, what?
He,
Who's a hairy individual? This person?
this random person that was assaulted by your teammate.
Oh, assaulted is such a strong word. I'd say that's about right.
Anyways, so I take it you're gonna head straight to the address then?
Yes.
Okay. Grab the address, you head off to the location of the apartment. The apartment being located in that same place that you had visited earlier. You head up a couple steps and you knock on the door. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
No. No. It's a nat one.
Got it.
But it ends up being a 7, but still.
Yeah. As you knock on the door, you hear nothing.
Knock again.
No answer.
Is there any windows for me to look in?
Not on the outside facing this way. There might be some on the outside of, like, the actual building itself.
Can I scale to the roof?
You can give me an acrobatics check.
13.
13. I'd say with a 13, you are able to do it with a moderate amount of difficulty.
Okay. So I get on the roof, and then I try and get to the other side of the building, looking down.
On the other side of the building, you can see a window. The drapes are drawn, but you can also see, given your passive perception, that this area seems to basically be designed for people to come in and out from here as well.
What do you mean?
Like, there are sections added to this wall that seem to be for gripping, so people can kind of grip there and then just kind of move their way in from this window.
Interesting. I make my way down and try to hold on to those grips.
As you hold on to one of the grips, go ahead and give me another acrobatics check.
Super glue.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, you hold on, you can feel them start to break, but they're barely able to hold your weight. These are meant for someone much smaller than you.
So I grab onto the windowsill quickly, like kind of leaping to the side to grab onto it.
Okay, you leap onto the side, you grab onto the windowsill. With the 20 in acrobatics earlier, you should easily be able to do that.
Yeah, and then try to open the window.
Okay. You go ahead and try to open the window. It is locked.
knock on the window.
You knock on the window. This time you can hear shuffling about.
I knock again.
It is still.
What? It is still?
Yeah, you're not hearing anything.
Okay, because the music changed to the opposite of that, so I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, am I gonna get into combat?
No.
I'm assuming we're with him, right?
Yeah, you guys are. You're not climbing around. You guys are on the other end, by the door.
Is there a door below on the first, like on the ground?
Is there a door below on the... I don't understand the question.
Like, because I'm hanging on a window right now.
Yes.
So there's a ground below me. Is there a door into this building below me?
This is like the third story of the building. The door into the building, or the doors into the building, are on the other side. So imagine... One sec. Whoop. Okay. So... I don't know why I didn't just use the box tool for this, but whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Whatever. Okay, so this is the building. This inside green portion is the building. There seem to be about like 4 levels to it. This housing unit would be like here. It's an apartment essentially. There. You would have climbed up, gone around, and are now here, while Fern and Fordrin are at the normal entrance of the building.
Yeah. So this is an inner courtyard that I'd be seeing.
You are on the outer courtyard. They are in the inner courtyard. This is the inner courtyard. You are here, climbing around.
Oh, that's me. Okay.
Yeah. So there is an entrance in here. It's under the like housing unit in there, and then you would just come in, and there are stairs that climb up around.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna break the window open.
You want to break the window open?
Yeah.
So I was gonna break open the front door.
Okay. You want to... Okay, then we'll...
If he's gonna break it, because I was like, I see him. So Fortune's drunk, right? I see him trying to fight to get in. Everything he's touching is locked. I'm like, why don't we just knock on the door? Like, and then I was gonna knock it open. But if he's gonna break it through the window, that's fine.
Okay, got it.
You can't see what I'm doing from your side, though.
I mean, you tried the front door, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
So I'm drunk as fuck and went in, so...
So then you go ahead and kick the door in on your end, and I'm gonna break open the window simultaneously.
Okay.
You wanna do that?
Yeah.
Both of you guys attack. Give me attack rolls.
This can only end very well.
15.
15. That's enough to kick it.
I would say I'm swinging my warhammer here. A 10.
10 is enough to hit a door. For the door, I'm going to need you to roll damage. That's not your warhammer.
Well, that is not my warhammer. Yep.
What? Fortune's really drunk. He's rolling.
I'm rolling the right dice here, guys.
Switching things with his crossbow from blows from his warhammer.
Right?
That's how drunk he is.
Okay. Got it. What is Fern doing this whole time?
Watching with his face. fill out if they get caught.
Okay, got it. As you are thinking about this, you see Fordrin in a drunken stupor take out his hammer and hit it into the handle of the door, breaking it open. You can tell he very nearly missed and would have caused damage to the actual building itself. And you also hear the window from the other side of the building break and shatter open.
What? What?
It looks like someone's trying to break in from the other side. Let's get it and intercept them. And rush into the house.
But Sentinels, we have to do the right thing, and I just start fucking running.
Okay, you guys all rush in, meeting in the middle of the apartment floor. This is not a big place.
How much light is there inside, though? Can we make the assailant out?
There actually wouldn't be a lot of light in. Give me a sec, I'm gonna roll a d20. You guys,
I know where he's going.
you guys cannot make the assailant out.
Without dark vision, charges forward and goes for like a tackle maneuver
I don't
bring
even
the
respect the maneuver.
down.
Okay. Fern, go ahead and give me an athletics check. Mordred, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
I would like to assist Fern, please. I join him in this tackle.
Mordred, you break in. Fern and Fordrin are fairly drunk, so it's not that hard for you to just sidestep and roll Fern out of the way after he tries to tackle you. You're not drunk, are you?
I do have dark vision.
Fordrin does have dark vision.
Can't see.
But Fordrin's drunk as fuck, so he just sees shadows. He sees blurry shadows moving.
But either way, Mordred, you are able to fend off the sudden tackle. And you guys are left in an apartment. It has a small kitchen area. You can see there is a bed set up with multiple pillows and some blankets on it. And you can see on the floor is a separate bed. There is also a bedding area on a piece of furniture in the corner. It definitely looks like there is not just two people or one person living here. You're thinking maybe 3 adults, maybe 1 adult, and like 4 kids. But
Okay.
you don't see anything in here.
No hair and go.
No herring gun. I'll go ahead and kind of do a quick sketch of the room since we're in here.
Alright, we don't have much time, so I suggest we each, by the way, sorry about that. I didn't know, couldn't make it out. That was you, Mordred. My bad.
Why are you breaking into this house? See, this is what I'm telling you. This rabbit is bad news.
Shut up, you're drunk.
When have you ever said that?
Actually, he has said it a couple times, now that I think about it.
Actually, he has, yeah.
I really have.
4 times.
Yeah, this wouldn't be the first time.
Are you saying I should leave?
No, it was more like I think you were falling into madness when we were fighting the Yellow King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like your real murderous intent was coming out.
Yeah.
Well, if our only goal is to find this charity guy, I don't know why we're breaking into houses here. Shouldn't we just, wait for him at the bar that he frequents?
This is the address we were given, no?
I mean, yes, but it's also the middle of the day, so probably not in.
Well, who's here then? There's a man, the whole family. Is this whole family also like witnessing this conversation happen?
You don't see anyone in here.
I
Uh,
thought you said there was like a whole man and family in there.
no, I said that you heard movement, but you don't see anyone in here.
Okay. Kitchen. I want to investigate.
Give me one moment.
There's multiple beds.
I don't think I spelled closet right. Whatever. Fuck it.
No, that's how you spell closet.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look right to me, and it's not.
You misspelled bed
Did I really? No, I didn't. Fuck you, Scribble. Okay, yeah. So, back to Pointer. There is a bed over here. It seems to have multiple sets of, like, blankets and pillows on it. There's a bed over here. There's a couch with another set of beddings on it. There is a closet in the corner, a restroom kind of over there, and then a kitchen area. All in all, it's pretty cramped in here, though. But, you want to investigate?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me... What are you investigating first off?
I like anything in the room. I'm just like passively. What do I passively see like that before that actually?
Passively, you're gonna see... As I explained, multiple beddings. In the kitchen, you see kind of like fresh bowls in the sink. And some fresh plates there. The restroom's a normal restroom. You can see, I believe toilet paper was invented at this point, but toilet paper, like extra pieces of toilet paper or rolls in there kind of stacked up. And a normal toilet paper dispenser, a toilet, and a very small area to wash oneself off using like a basin and everything.
I'm so glad for the invention of toilet paper, remarks Fern. I remember back in the day when I was young using sandpaper to clean my crack. Oof, different times.
In your what?
I
In your what?
in his youth.
You were cleaning your what? Your crack? What is a crack?
It's short for ass crack.
Burns too drunk to understand this conversation. For now, fortune.
He's never heard the term crack before.
Well, I mean, clearly you haven't lived the same life as Fern.
No.
Very clearly. Anyways,
Even though you've lived, like, literally in the jungle by yourself for years.
It's even more of a reason to have never heard the term crack.
Yeah. I mean, I did also say that I use sandpaper.
Yes.
led to a lot of abrasions.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Many kids didn't make it past, into the dozens.
At least it's smooth. So you keep a baby's bottom smooth.
Use sandpaper. That's child abuse. Anyways. Yeah, but that is what you can see from a small glance. There's not a lot here. You would be able to see over here in this area signs of apple and orange juice, and then some milk in there as well. And then you...
What day is it?
You're looking at midday.
Okay. Is there anything in the fridge?
One sec, give me a moment.
find a severed finger. You find several severed fingers.
You find 100 severed fingers. Da da da.
Wall, and on the wall there are just a bunch of left hands nailed there.
So
And
I'm just gonna come out and say it. Fridges have not been invented yet.
oh,
Yeah,
Fridges.
the toilet paper has.
I think so. Toilet paper was invented before fridges, right?
If we're talking about legit history, then yes.
Yeah, thought so. Sorry.
Actually, I think that's wrong.
You serious? One sec. Maybe we're getting history mixed up here.
No, because if you're counting like ice blocks or like putting things in a river or burying them underground, toilet paper still came before the actual modern fridge.
Of course, the modern fridge. People have been using
An actual fridge form.
Yes.
During the Ice Age, actually, they found archaeological digs of basically ice fridges to store food in. Technically, it was
Yeah.
old as a fridge.
There is a ice box to store the more necessary.
We're only 100 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
1922 was the first refrigeration compressor.
Yep. Yeah, there is an ice box to store some of the more important items. Examples being, what the fuck am I looking? I'm done looking at the history of toilet paper. To store the more important items, you're looking at like cuts of meat and things like that. However, the other items seem to just be left out as per normal. With
You
a
are right, 1857. So like, that cares.
Yeah. Anyways, but that is what you would find in the kitchen area. You can find also the bottle of, this time he appears to have gotten vodka, which is about half drunk at this point.
I would like to taste that vodka for the quality.
I gotta drink the vodka and then pass it to Fortune. And then reluctantly take it back and look at him and go immediately and look at him in the eyes and go, I thought it was bad news.
Okay. First off, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, Nat 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is easy money for, Mordred. And, Fern, you have been stopped from drinking alcohol.
Why?
Not Fern, Fordred.
Yeah, what the heck?
Fordred has been
It's on me.
stopped from drinking alcohol.
Anyway, I'm gonna go in the restroom and take a rest.
That weak stuff, anyways.
You go in the restroom and fall asleep on the toilet. I'll allow it.
Take a short rest.
Is there sandpaper available? We want Fern to feel as comfortable as possible.
I don't know if you'll be able to take a short rest, but you can fall asleep. Anyways, what did you say, Fordrin? I missed it.
So we have to make sure that there's sandpaper available. We want to make sure he's comfortable.
There's probably pebbles and stuff outside, and there's definitely paper around. So the option is there to make it for you. I'm trying to figure out if you're thinking or if my internet's cut out.
No, I'm thinking.
Okay. Got it.
What do I do here? Is there any notes, books, anything?
You would find a note The note is pretty much in the kitchen for all to see on the kitchen counter. It simply says, "Stay hidden. I'll be coming back later tonight," and it is signed Jerry.
Did he know we'd come here?
You think this was for us?
I give me an insight check for Mordred.
7.
7? I mean, it's possible. Maybe he's some type of powerful fortune teller.
You're right. We should stake this place out. We should all just hide and wait for them to someone to show up, and then all pop out and yell surprise. And instead of singing happy birthday.
You have a bottle of vodka. You can just hide under the bed and then or close the door to the restroom. And
So I don't know. Well, sorry, what was your answer there for the insight?
maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Stay in the kitchen, it says?
It says stay hidden.
Oh.
In other words, we failed miserably. Breaking into a house.
Look at the bed and hides under the covers.
By the way, does anyone want to fix up the house so they don't return to a broken house?
Yeah, I would
Fix up that lock, okay. First,
I would-
go up there, you-
Maybe the broken window, too.
in my drunken stupor, I would like to try to repair the front door.
I'd say you're such a good craftsman even in your drunken stupor. Repairing a window and a front door is very easy.
Fucking amazing. If not, I told them to cast my things.
Morgan tapes cardboard or garbage bag over the window.
It's fixed.
Yeah. Yep, that's how you guys fix it. You tape up the window and then you go and hide. Where do you guys hide?
Mordred's laying under the covers.
Oh,
The child playing hide and seek.
okay, got it.
Mordred's actually in the closet.
Okay, okay. So, you go to the closet, you open up the closet, correct?
Yeah.
As soon as you open up the closet, 4 Herringon children tumble out of the closet.
Oh dear God, he has kids.
No, he has kids.
Oh, hey, you found the herring dog.
Mordred looks stunned at them.
Which one do you want to adopt? I'll only let you take one.
And then the Netflix "Are you still watching?" thing.
Awesome. You can see the Herringon children are very scared. Almost, almost petrified. But you would
Whoa, we're not gonna hurt you.
you would note that the Herringon children here, there is one that has jet black fur, one that seems to have a type of ginger reddish fur color. One has gray fur, and then another one seems to almost be polka dotted in nature.
Do any of them look like Buffy by chance?
No, none of them look like Buffy.
I think Buffy would have mentioned that she had children.
Would she though?
Yes?
Yes, she would have.
Whatever Fern's joke or Fortune's drug.
Give me one moment. I'm trying to remember names, because these are some of the ones that have gone missing.
Fluffy,
freaking
Grumpy,
irony.
Scratchy, Patchy. There you go.
I couldn't hear a word of what you said, Fern.
Why not? I said
Just
Fluffy, Grumpy, Scratchy, Patchy.
Just make more of the 7 dwarves. That's exactly kind of what he did.
I don't think I could name you all 7 dwarves. What is it? There's Sleepy, Fordrin.
I saw that coming.
Um. Give me one quick moment.
They're all named Billy. It's just easier that way.
Sure. No. One of them walks up to you. Fuck. Are you another hearing gun? Do you know Jerry?
I am a herringon. I met Jerry. Came here to find Jerry. To apologize for my brash actions earlier, and I guess now also breaking his window and front door. Really apologize for that.
It's not broken. We fixed it.
I have a real problem with impulse control.
Fucking Orca puts the duct tape away.
Did you say you put the duct tape away?
Honestly, you did we fix the window? Jeez.
Okay, got it. Anyways, this one that looks at you, this is the one with the jet black hair. Well, my name is Florence.
Florence. Nice to
Florence.
meet you.
Yes.
I'm Mordred.
Hello, Mordred. This is Grendel, Billy, and Stephanie. We call her Steph for short, but
Step or Steph?
Steph.
Nice to meet you all. Mordred looks them up and down.
Uh,
Is Jerry your dad?
I mean, not really. We were all younger when our parents disappeared. But, Jerry found us and he's been taking care of us.
So your parents disappeared.
Yeah, Jerry knows a little bit more about it than us.
What do you know about it?
Supposedly, the older Herringons broke a rule and were taken back to the Feywilds.
You know what rule they broke?
No, Jerry's the one who kind of knows the most about it. He says it has something to do with having other Herringons outside of the Feywilds.
Sorry. Having other it had something to do with having other herringons outside of the Feywild. So
Yeah.
giving birth to kids outside of the Feywild.
Yeah.
Okay. And I assume you guys were born here and not in the Feywild.
Yep, we were all born here. The way that Jerry kind of explained it was At least the ones that he knew that were born out here is himself, um, me, Grendel, Billy, Steph, and then a lady called Buffy. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Summers.
Oh yes, I know Buffy. I know Buffy. I was also born, I guess, here and not the Feywilds.
Well, then I guess that makes it makes it 7 of us that were born outside of the Feywilds. Supposedly, I believe Jerry's the oldest of us.
I see. Why does Jerry want you to hide?
Oh, well, it hasn't been that long since Herringons have disappeared. But technically, Herringons are kind of an endangered species now, and the likelihood that we might become hunted individuals for our fur or some random suspicions is pretty high, and has already happened in a couple countries.
But I spent, what, this whole vacation that I was on, which has been, what, about a month now?
Yep.
Traveling to several other countries. And, I believe I've only encountered one person who's wanted to harvest me for my fur.
Well, I'm not. Well, I'm not sure about that person or anything like that. But supposedly we're just hiding for our own safety.
Well, fair enough. When do you think Jerry's gonna be back?
His note said he would be back later tonight.
What time does he usually get back in?
Jerry gets back at various times. He doesn't really have a concrete schedule for getting back inside.
Well, do you mind if we sit here and wait?
No, not really. We don't have a lot to offer in terms of hospitality. Also, I don't know much about being hospitable. But, yeah, if you guys want to wait, would you mind actually fixing the window?
Mordred looks over at the shittily taped up garbage bag window. He goes, "Oh yeah, yeah. I guess we could do that. Do you have any spare glass panes around?"
The pieces are there, right?
The pieces are there.
I just cast mending.
Okay, you cast mending, the window goes back to normal.
Yeah, if I can fix the door with mending,
Now
it's
I
gonna
wanted to do a carpentry check.
Oh, well, fix the door then. Do the door.
That would not have been a carpentry check. Yeah, you already did.
Oh.
But that would not have been a carpentry check. I don't, because that's primarily glassworking skills for a window pane.
No, you don't. There's no. You don't. You don't fix a glass pane.
You just buy a new one.
And put it in it, which is carpentry.
Okay. I haven't fixed a lot of windows in my time of being alive, so I don't know for certain. But if that's the case,
Have you broken a lot of them?
maybe, possibly. Yes. Yeah, I have. I was very young at the time. I have 3 brothers, so.
You should fix some more windows.
It's probably a skill that would be useful to know. Anyways. One sec, I was going to change the music. Actually, I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you guys want to do Fire Emblem or Kingdom Hearts?
Fire Emblem.
Dang, it was decided almost immediately as soon as he said it. Anyways,
And not a lot of people actually like Fire Emblem. I love the fucking soundtrack.
I like the
I'm more of
games.
an Advanced Wars fan myself.
Um, I'll make sure to get some Advanced Wars music in here then.
Oh, no, don't bother.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's some good music in that game,
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I just never really got into the game. But anyways,
Yes, back
but...
to
You're to this window. It's fixed now.
yeah, the window's fixed. Yeah, you can feel free to sit. You see one Florence goes over and clears off the couch with all the beddings on it, putting them onto the actual bed. You can sit on the couch. We don't do much here, so have fun.
Is that Netflix? No, I'm kidding. Oh.
No, we primarily play like hide and seek or things like that.
Bird would like to teach them a game appropriate for children of their age, which he definitely knows about.
Is there a deck of cards around?
Strip poker. Yes, there is a deck of cards. And also, Ferd, what game would you like to teach them that's appropriate for... I can't make that decision until I know what game it is.
I don't know. I don't know a game off the top of my head. I spin them round and round and then hand them a bat and see who they get.
Sure.
yeah, you got away with you.
I only raised two.
You did only raise... I continually forget about, Starlight Under the Moon. Starlight Dancing Under the Moon. I have it somewhere here.
Starlight dancing beneath.
There we go. Anyways, yeah,
Son, we haven't named yet.
go ahead and give me... I thought you only had a daughter.
Yes, that's what you thought.
Okay, you have a son as well. We'll name him eventually. Probably take us another half year. Okay, Mordred. Go ahead, and I want you guys to give me a group persuasion check to see how well you teach the kids whatever game you want to teach them.
Persuasion?
Persuasion.
Not very well at all. They don't
I
understand.
said a group, so you have the saving grace of a drunk person who's going to get disadvantage,
Oh, yeah.
and a fern, who is a decent person to have on your team for this. I think.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally taking that one.
Fordrin, you can see, like, Mordred's really drowning in the water here, and you try to help, but everything goes very dizzy, very fast, and you just land on your ass. Which the children then think is a new game for them to play, so they all just start hopping around. Fern, you are the saving grace here. Can you pull this together? No.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I'm like walking around handing out daggers, teaching kids. Alright, now let's have fun here. Here's a sharp dagger. Here's a sharp.
I'm going to say, with much difficulty and heartache, you guys are only barely able to stop the kids from killing themselves with your various shenanigans. Give me a moment.
One second. I'm going to go grab a beer.
Got it.
Go on.
Again, get one for the kids as well?
You guys want to see something cool? A rip off my lip.
Anyways. But eventually the kids are sitting in front of you. So you guys are how is being a sentinel as dangerous as we heard?
Yes. That's actually more dangerous.
How much more dangerous?
What was the immortality rate? 70%?
I thought it was a lot higher.
By the second mission, I think you were in 80 to 90%.
Yeah.
I don't understand what mortality means.
That just means that you're dead.
Oh. And that's like the measure of how dangerous a thing is?
Yes, by how many people have died trying to do it.
Okay. So what about... Oh, okay. But I've always heard that they pay really well.
Of course, otherwise no one would take the job if they were almost guaranteed to die.
What's happened?
Oh, nothing. No one's dead.
The children are asking about the dangers of being a sentinel.
What's Fern said?
And he told them the mortality rate.
Emma was instantly countered with what's mortality.
Well, it's the opposite of less now.
As you guys are talking about the dangers of being a sentinel, you hear the window crack open, and for you, Fern, a familiar head with long ears pop through the window here. This being Jerry, a older looking rabbit. You can see as he comes in, he is wearing a full suit and tie, everything like that. His hair is originally a very golden color, kind of similar to Buffy's hair color, but it seems to be very much darker and have a lot of soot on it right now. As he steps in, he hasn't noticed you three yet. Okay, kids, I wasn't able to do a lot, but I should be able to get dinner started. What? Who are you three? Why are you in this house?
Would you believe we're part of the Jehovah Witnesses?
There you are, God. Don't you recognize me? It's me, Fern.
Is that...
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, Fern. How did you get in my house?
Oh, we broke in, of course. How else?
I don't know how you want me to react to that.
Well, a bit of surprise, maybe being a little bit impressed with our handiwork.
I'm very surprised.
Great then. Now, I didn't track you down. That wasn't my idea. It was my friend Mordred over here, another Herringon, and apparently he's trying to solve the mystery as to why all the Herringon disappeared. But look, we found more of them.
How
Amazing.
did you find another Herringon? How did you find another Herringon, Fern?
I don't know. In fact, I've been trying to avoid them my whole life.
Except for Buffy. I know you talk to her on the regular.
True, but
Yeah, I get it.
Which I still have good news. She's doing well. She's
Oh,
living in Transylvania.
the last I heard from Buffy, she was living in France. So the fact that she's living in Transylvania now is wild to me. I haven't. That's the first I've heard about it, friend.
Tracking vampires takes you to all kinds of places.
That's the first I've heard about that as well. So,
Right.
anyway,
We don't tend to keep up.
yeah, not really. We weren't on the. I was a bit of a dick to you when we were kids, so I understand that.
Nonsense. That was ages ago. I wouldn't worry about such a thing. I mean, I am technically in my 40s now, so
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
that yeah. Well, either way, I guess. I'm sorry for my youth. As yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, introductions aside, and I'm gonna go introduce Mordred as well. This is my mate Fordred, and of course Mordred, as I've already introduced him. We're practically here just to ask a few questions about Haragon. I mean, Mordred, would you like to take it away?
I mean, sure.
Excellent.
I'm sorry for the way we met earlier.
Oh, you're talking about the alley?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw you walking around and I got a little spooked. So, well, you kept my trail for a while though. I was kind of surprised.
I've tracked a few people here and there in my years.
I can tell, decent. You're younger than me and Buffy, it would appear, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't really have any memories of my childhood. Very, very young. And I don't have any memories of my parents.
Okay. So in other words, you were kind of left in the dark, so to speak.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, sure. I'm here to answer questions, I guess. Ask away.
What do you know about Parangons and why they're here?
Herringons aren't meant to exist in this world. We're descendants of a powerful fae being on the same type of level as like Titania, things like that. Who's essentially he points to you and then himself and the kids, grandfather, so to speak. He's an archfey. You could call him, for ease of reference, we'll call him a rabbit god or a Herringon god. He is our god and grandfather.
What's his name?
As far as I know, my parents only referred to him as the moon god.
I turn over to Fern and I lean over. I'm like, is he talking about the Easter Bunny?
He has been known to come down and play some pranks on people in here, which he would like leave gifts or little things for them. Yes. He is, yes, he's where that comes from.
I knew it.
Mordred, did you know that bunnies don't lay eggs, do you?
Obviously they do. The Easter Bunny is real. This is real, Finn.
Well, anyways, I'll continue on with the story. Essentially, he's a very big proprietor of freedom, I guess you could say. He likes to take various forms, do various things, so he doesn't like to have a set name, and even to give him a set title like the Moon God or something like that kind of goes against his principles. However, he enjoys company. So one day he split off a portion of himself, and that formless mass kept him company. It later on went to the human world as the Harengon race. All Harengons were that one formless mass. They were all given different personalities and everything like that as a way to maintain freedom. So this formless mass could be anything it wanted to be in the real world. It chose to have multiple personalities in those forms. Unfortunate.
Insert Easter egg joke here.
Now, the different personalities did know their origins, and then but they were all different, essentially. So some of them did fall in love and have kids in the material world. Unfortunately, especially for our grandfather, having a kid in the material world forces them into shape. It forces us into these shapes in particular. Which he wasn't happy about. He wasn't happy that his grandkids were linked to... were constrained in that way. He allowed it to happen a couple times, but he told them that they should stop. And after a certain amount of procreation, so to speak, he took back the formless one, the original Harengon race, into the Feywilds. Now, because we're here, and we are forced into these shapes, he wasn't able to just rip us out of here with our parents. And that's kind of the creation of the Harengon race as we know it, and as we are.
Wow. It's amazing. I've gone my entire life not knowing who I am, what I am, where I'm from. Don't even know who my parents were. I don't think I'll ever know. But I can at least be grateful that I learned where I come from.
Yeah. I mean, I was old enough that my parents were actually... because apparently I was the first person to be born to that broken rule, I guess you could call it. So, as far as I know, I don't believe there's another Harengon older than me. And that is also technically why there's such a big gap between me and Buffy, because we were born relatively the same time period, and then you, I guess. Because how old are you?
Mordred's I think he's not that old.
Mordred's in his 20s somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Buffy and Jerry are both in their 40s, along with Fern. Jerry's actually a little bit older than Fern, Buffy being very slightly younger than Fern. Yeah. I've tried to gather up the Harengon that were left. I believe Stephanie over there is the youngest Haringon. But I still kind of scour around to try to find the orphaned Haringons and give them a home. And I guess, unfortunately, I missed you.
Well, there's nothing that can really be done about it.
But,
At least you're doing your best with these ones.
yeah. But it's great to see you guys. I would have preferred at least being visited in a more sober state. He's looking at Fordrin specifically.
Mordred's just like like back and forth, like can't balance himself.
What? Sorry, I had a little too much to drink today.
Yeah, I understand the feeling. But did you have any like other questions for me? Do you guys want to? I can't have you guys stay the night. It's gonna just be absolute hell. There's no available room here. But if you guys want to stay for dinner, I can try to whip something up.
Sure. I'll make some dinner.
Great. Okay. Yeah, sure thing. You see he goes into the kitchen. And you know what? He stays in there for probably a good 30 minutes and comes out rather quickly with a very hastily made, but seemingly well made, carbonara.
The sauce held together, or is it split? Starting to split.
I'm trying to. It is held together, yeah. He comes out. He gives you guys each your own different plate, and he gives the kids a plate of carbonara as well. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you a little bit more. That's pretty much everything I know, at least for certain, about what happened to our parents and everything like that. I mean, it's not like you can't see them. We can still go to the Feywilds on our own accord. However, we are more mortal than our parents or our grandparent.
We are more mortal there.
No, we are more mortal in general. As a formless, almost timeless being, our parents are kind of incapable of death, and our grandfather is a archfey god sort thing. So I have no idea how mortality works on his vein, but I imagine it's pretty hard to kill him. So if you do want to meet them, I guess you can just go. If you find a way to get into the Feywilds, that would be it.
And there was a portal in near the village though that Buffy was in, right?
A portal?
I remember hearing whispers about a portal opening up.
I don't know anything about portals to the Feywilds opening up. I've primarily just been dealing with the DeMarco family situation right now.
See. Well, can I use insight on that?
Sure thing.
11.
11. What are you trying to figure out from this?
Is he telling the truth about that? Not knowing anything about the portals?
Oh yeah, definitely. He doesn't seem to know much about the portals or anything. You can tell that his focus has been primarily on finding other Herringons in the material world, and, well, obviously dealing with a brewing gang war.
Okay. Alright. Well, this carbonara was delicious, and thank you for everything that you told me about who I am and where I'm from. I think it's time we take our leave.
Yeah, being Sentinels, I know it's going to be rather hard, but you guys try to stay safe. And, if you ever need to talk or anything, feel free. I'm going to be staying at this address for a very long time, hopefully.
Alright. With that, I exit out the window on the 3rd floor that I hopped into. No, I'm kidding. We leave through the front door and head back to, I guess, where we've been staying.
Okay, you guys head back to where you've been staying, having eaten food there.
Okay, well, that was good. We found out the history of the Herringon. So I wondered, Mordred, are you satisfied for the moment? Because we could move on and maybe start an actual vacation.
I'm satisfied.
I do remember Fern saying something about wanting to end today with pizza. I specifically remember that being said last session. Would Fern like to go grab, like, a margarita pizza or something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You find... Go ahead and give me a investigation check, Fern. Let's see what type of pizza you find.
Look, I've been to Italy. It's literally at every corner. Can't possibly miss it.
I know, but we're seeing if you get good pizza or
It's
bad
options.
pizza.
Yeah, it's options. That's the thing.
This better not be tourist trap pizza. Okay?
You find a little mom and pop shop. And you go in, you ask for a pizza. Conversations...
Hey, give me one of your best slices.
You see the man looks over. Sure thing, my boy. I don't know if I've ever seen you around here. He called me by my name. Are you Elizabeth's kid?
No, you must have me confused. I'm Frankie's cousin, third from the left line, on his mother's side.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you many times. Sure thing, only the best for you. As he starts to make a pizza, and he puts it in front of you. Now, this pizza is delicious, Fern. It is the single best pizza you've ever had. Honestly, it tastes like something that could be made by the gods.
Only makes it mean pizza.
You head back to the hotel with the single best pizza that you have in the world. Is there anything else you guys want to do today before we end off today? I'll take that as a
I
no.
guess we're done with Rome, so what's our next destination?
Let me check the map.
France?
I think it was France. Yeah, it's France.
And then London.
Yeah, France and then London.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys head out the next day, I'm assuming? I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll take that as a yes. You guys grab a train ride from Rome to France. You guys have a couple. You guys don't have a set place to go in France. You guys could go to Paris. You could go to the village where the Somina incident took place, because that was in France. Where do you guys want to head in France?
Well, Fern is not a big fan of Paris. Paris, city, French city folk ain't exactly the nicest kind of people. So I'd vote for going to check out the community location.
Same.
Okay, you guys go to check out the Somina incident location. I will actually just drag you guys back to that original map. You guys land in a familiar area. You walk through. At this point, the river that blocked your guys' path in that original day is definitely a lot lower this time around. It's crossable. You can see that it kind of fills up and blocks it whenever there's a heavy downpour or something like that. You guys head across the vaguely familiar lake. You hit that split where Fordrin almost died. No, Fordrin did die.
I was gonna say I think it didn't.
You hit that split where Fordrin died. And you continue to walk until you eventually hit the town.
So 16 hit the town's AC.
A 16 will not hit a town AC. Well, actually, you do hit it, but you don't damage the town. It's gonna be very hard to miss a town. Anyways, you come along the road here, ending into the center of the village. You see the house, the Somina residence, kind of standing before you. It appears to have been made into a memorial of sorts for Sterling Somina. And you do get the sense that Sterling was a well-beloved figure in the town here. You see a couple people kind of meandering about. You see one or two Sentinels still in this town. Not sentinels, but guardsmen. Sorry. And you see the bar and everything to Somina Village. What do you guys want to do in Somina Village?
Well, shit. I guess go pay her my respects for sure.
Okay. You go to the cemetery where it's very easy to find Sterling Somina's grave site along with his wife. And you can see a grave has been prepared and set for Rem Somina. All side by side in this area. You can see Sterling Somina's grave is relatively unique in the fact that the casket is not in the grave, it is kind of floating out here in the sunlight. As you might remember, he has a very unique and magical casket which was made from the sword that was plunged into him.
Yeah, I'll just take a moment to pray.
Got it.
And, what do I want to do? Yeah, that's it. I'll just pray for now.
Got it. You take a moment to pray. You would see, as you kind of start concluding up your prayer, a older individual kind of steps out, looking at you. This person was not someone you met originally at your time here, and they seem to be a type of clergyman. Hello there, are you new to the village here? You look vaguely familiar.
No, I've me and my compatriots, we've been here before. We were the Sentinels originally assigned here.
Oh. Well, it's a pleasure to see you again. I wasn't expecting a visit. But yeah, as you can see, we set up the graves for the family, and the house was on market. Everyone kind of pitched in and thought it would be best to just buy it and set it up as a type of museum for the Somina business.
See.
So, how is... I heard that mission was your very first one.
And it's only gotten weirder since then, that's for sure.
Weirder than that. I guess being a sentinel isn't the most glamorous of jobs, so to speak.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, if you need any help, I'm sure the majority of people here will be accommodating.
Actually, I do have a question. The caskets here. Who created this?
The casket? You mean the weird casket that Sterling's in?
Yes.
Forgeron, you would know that casket sprang to life from the sword that was embedded inside Sterling.
I thought it was just made from it. I was wondering if... Okay, I got it. I thought it was like somebody had actually managed to remove the sword and make the casket out of the sword. I didn't realize the sword turned into the casket.
No, the sword turned into the casket.
Fern grabs the sword and pulls it out of the stone
And besides, it wouldn't be stone. It's more of like pulling it out of a black hole of sorts. And
You know
if
what? I want to try something stupid.
Oh, he's gonna use his reddish hand as me.
Yes, I am. I totally am.
for fuck's sake, you want to try touching the sword with your weird hand?
I do. And I want to see if I can actually remove it.
Sure thing. Go ahead and give me. This is not going to be a strength check. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. 20. As you grab the sword with your hand, you can feel there is a immediate repulsion to the curse inside your hand. It genuinely feels like the blood vessels in your hand are trying to rip themselves out of your arm.
Oh, I don't want to do that again.
You immediately step away from the sword after doing that. But you don't seem to have taken any damage or anything from it.
Oh, that's always good. And that was like me legitimately making an attempt to grab it, so I can't pull it with that arm.
You can try to pull it with that arm.
What if I pull it with the other one with the coin?
Okay. Go ahead and give me a... Which one would this be? For this one, I want a wisdom check. I just want you to roll using your wisdom modifier.
21.
As you grab the sword with your other hand, there is an extremely different feeling that Fordrin feels. It's almost comforting, so to speak. And a image is going to flash in front of Fordrin's eyes. There is an image of a... It's hard to tell, but a being almost standing in front of the stars, hammering away at a beautiful sword that seems to be made up of starlight and darkness.
If I reach for this being, am I noticed?
No, you're not noticed.
If I try to pull the sword?
If you try to pull the sword, the casket itself will move.
Okay, so that's just not removing this period.
Yeah. Well, the casket and the sword are one.
Interpret that as like the creation of this blade. Like, is that what this blade? Somebody made this blade specifically.
You can interpret it as what you will.
Okay.
Okay. Fern, is there anything you want to do?
No, I'm good for this week.
Got it. Then Mordred, is there anything you want to do here?
No.
Then do we want to call the session at an end here?
Yeah.
Got it.
You should throw in like a random dragon. You know, a dragon.
Okay, a dragon suddenly flies down. It breathes rainbows and cupcakes all over you guys.
God
Yeah.
damn it. The mystical dragon is swimming around.
uh,
Big dragon.
the mythical rainbow cupcake dragon of legends. Anyways.
We're all going to die.
Uh, let's